Frankly, you being born was life's big miscalculation. I ended up marrying this penniless man because of it. I should never have had you.
I see. Well, 30,000 yen gets you home. Use this.
I can't accept that. You already helped me.
Many people know the saying, kindness is not just for others. When you show mercy to someone, good things come not only to them, but to you as well. I thought that kind of story existed only in picture book folktales. At least, until I met her. Mom? The cash that was on my desk, where is it?
Huh? I already used it. Your earnings are pretty meh.
What? I couldn't find it, so you used it? Seriously, this time I was going to use it. My name is Shiraishi Naoto. I'm an 18-year-old high schooler who just found out my parents stole the money I saved. Both of you, quit acting like it's yours. I earned that money.
Huh? What are you saying? What belongs to the kids belongs to the parents.
Yeah, and save the attitude till you make more. Frankly, you being born was life's big miscalculation. I ended up marrying this penniless man because of it. I should never have had you.
I couldn't take it and left home. I ran, like I was escaping their shouting that carried out in the street. I didn't want to be born in this house either. For as long as I can remember, my parents always fought about money. A rough-tempered father who can't hold a job, and a mother who burns through cash. Inevitably, we were poor. I was sick of my parents siphoning off every paycheck I saved to move out. One night, I killed time in a park because I didn't want to go home. Will these wages get used by those two again, huh?
Hey, let go of me!
Is someone getting hustled? I looked toward the rough voice and saw a sketchy guy gripping a girl's arm. Come on! If you're alone, hang out with me!
You're being persistent!
Do you need something with my little sister? Huh? Little sister? If you hustle my sister any further, I'll call the police. If she's got company, say so. The guy left in a huff. Once he was out of sight, and we both relaxed, she spoke.
Thank you for helping me.
No. More importantly, are you okay? It's dangerous for a girl to walk alone at this hour. You should head home.
Actually, I ran away from home.
You ran away? Did your family do something awful to you?
No, I'm the one at fault. I couldn't say school was hard. I thought I had to smile in front of my family, and then home got hard too.
You love your family, and they love you.
Yes, I think we're close. Comparatively.
Then take the plunge and tell them how you really feel. Ask for help. Don't run away like this. Hiding our pain will worry them more.
You're right, but the last train's gone and I don't have taxi fare.
I see. Well, 30,000 yen gets you home. Use this. On a whim I offered. I've been thinking what to do with this money anyway.
I can't accept that. You already helped me.
It's fine. If someone's going to use it, I'd rather it be you. Look, a taxi just came.
Thank you. May I have your name?
Shiraishi Naoto. But you don't have to remember.
No, I'll never forget. I'm Takamine Azusa. I'll repay you someday. I promise.
I watched the taxi go with a clear mind. Better this than having my parents use it. That girl, Azusa, right? I hope she talks it out properly. Time passed. I graduated high school. I moved on scrap together wages to live along. I'm still green, but I'm living a fulfilling life as a working adult. One day, coming home from a night shift, I found an unfamiliar pair standing at my door. Excuse me, do you need something here?
Sorry to bother you. Are you Shiraishi Naoto?
I am Shiraishi, but wait, have we met?
Yes! I'm Takamine Azusa, the one you helped when I ran away 2 years ago.
Ah, from back then. I'm glad you look well. Hearing her name jogged my memory. Unlike back then, she smiled brightly, and I felt happy.
Thank you for helping my sister. I'm her brother Takamine Aoi.
Thank you for coming. No point standing here. Please, come in. I invited them in and set barely tea on the table before sitting. How did you find me?
We searched by your name. I'm so glad we could meet.
Sorry for looking you up. Showing up out of the blue must have been a shock.
Well, yeah, but I don't feel bad about it. I gotta see Azusa's clear smile. It seems she made it home safely and was able to talk to her family.
It's late, but here's the 30,000 yen I borrowed.
You didn't have to. I meant it as a gift.
No way! I can smile like this now because of you.
That's right. My sister's alive thanks to you, Shiraishi.
That's exaggerated, but if you put it that way, I'll accept it. There really is money you give away that come back. I'm kinda moved. From that day, I kept in touch with Takamine's siblings, especially with Azusa. We started eating out on my days off. Whoa! So you went on to university?
Yes, I only could because that day I took your advice and talked to my family.
It's nice to have a family you can talk to.
Huh?
My family life was the worst. So, I can't help being a little jealous. That time I lied and called you my sister on the spot. But honestly, I always wished I had a close little sister. Well, I can't have that. So at least I want to cut ties with my parents. But all I can do is declare estrangement.
You want to cut ties with your parents?
If I could. But there's no way to legally sever them. And to those two, it wouldn't matter anyway. Sorry, I shouldn't dump this on you. Let's head out, I'll pay. I got up first to pay for both of us with my card, but for some reason, it kept getting declined. Strange. I haven't used it that much.
Please use mine.
Sorry, I'll pay you back outside. Wait, a black card? Azusa, you said you were a student, right?
I have it through my father's connections.
Azusa, just what is your father? On the way back from the restaurant, I finally asked what had been on my mind.
Actually, he's the president of Takamine Trading.
You're kidding. That Takamine Trading? Takamine Trading, a general trading company that's been skyrocketing in recent years. I never imagined the runaway girl was the president's daughter.
The reason I felt I couldn't stay at school was because of home. People assumed I was snobby because we were rich, or that I looked down on them. I never thought that way, but... So it was hard to tell you too.
You don't have to worry. Before being the president's daughter, you were just Azusa.
Naoto? But I knew I'd have to say it eventually, because I... Oh? Naoto, is that you?
Mom! I turned instinctively at my name. And there she was, dressed in expensive, stylish clothes.
Been a while. Since you graduated high school? You left right away. I was so lonely, you know.
The nerve. Wait, what's with those clothes?
These? Huh. Nice, right? Your father's work is finally taking off.
Your father? I couldn't believe it. That man holding down a proper job?
Yes. Shame, isn't it? If you'd stay, you'd be living in luxury now. But looks like you found yourself a fine woman.
her eyes fixed on Azusa. I quickly stepped in front of her.
Well then, I'm Keiko, Naoto's mother. So, are you his girlfriend?
Let's go, Azusa.
Okay. Naoto! She looks like a well-bred young lady. Don't let her slip away.
We fled the scene like running from my mother. At the station, I realized I was still holding Azusa's hand. Sorry. I dragged you. And about my mom too. That must have been awful.
It's fine. Actually, it reminded me again how cool you are, Naoto. The first time we met, and today too, you always make sure I'm not uncomfortable. It's like you're a storybook prince.
When you put it like that, it's embarrassing.
Naoto, the train's almost here. I'll message you later.
Yeah, get home safe. Say hi to Aoi for me. She hurried off toward the gates, smiling at me till the very end. That sudden reunion with my mother had left me bitter. But Azusa's smile healed it. I'm glad I met her. If possible, I'd never see my parents again. But soon, I wouldn't have that choice. What's this about taking a million yen loan in my name? Later, I tracked down why my card failed and returned home for the first time in 2 years. Turns out, my parents had stole my ID, applied and made a credit card under my name.
Naoto, it was an investment. Thanks to that, our cash flow is finally better.
Cut it out! Since I started working, you've done nothing but steal my money. Aren't you ashamed? As parents, as adults.
What are you talking about? Like we've always said, what's the child's is the parent's.
What the hell are they saying? The utter lack of reason gave me a headache. Apparently, they took the papers when I was still living there, while I slept. Realizing talking was pointless, I left without solving the debt issue. Even after moving out, am I still chained to them? I started living alone to escape my parents, yet nothing has changed. I've contacted the car company. Next is filling a police report. I trudged home under the weight of it all. There, in front of my place, Azusa was waiting.
Welcome home, Naoto. Are you okay?
I told her my parents had made a card in my name. Yeah, just tired from work. What about you?
No, you look pale. I'll come another day. Please rest.
It's fine. If you waited this late, it must be important, right?
I guess so. Then I'll just say it. Sorry it's sudden, but could I ask for some of your time tomorrow?
It sounded more ordinary than I expected. But if she came just for this, it must be important. Alright, I'll keep my schedule open. When and where?
Thank you. At 10 in the morning, our driver will pick you up at 9:30.
Lastly, she asked me to dress smartly, then left. So it's formal. I felt uneasy and went to bed early. Why? Why are you two here? The next day, I was brought by a luxury car to a traditional rote. In the private room, there sat Azusa, an unfamiliar man, and my parents. I couldn't help shouting.
After yesterday, someone from their household came to fetch us. Didn't expect it to be Takamine trading. Sorry for calling you so suddenly. Naoto, nice to meet you. I'm Takamine Chuichi, Azusa's father. Thank you for looking after my daughter.
Between the setting and the company, nothing made sense. As I sat, Azusa began.
I'll be direct. I, Takamine Azusa, wish to date Shiraishi Naoto with marriage in mind. Therefore, I wanted to inform my father and Naoto's parents and arranged this meeting.
What?
Oh my.
Sounds like a good deal, doesn't it? She's the daughter of Takamine Trading, right?
I never thought you'd date such a refined young lady. I'm glad I gave birth to you.
They're definitely planning to leech off the Takamine family. I don't know why you went out of your way to set this up, but... Azusa, I can't accept this.
Aw, don't be stupid.
You're really going to waste this perfect chance to marry up?
It's because of you two. Leeching off me when I was just a kid. Even fraudulently making a credit card. I'm not letting Azusa end up related to criminals like you. I knew it was wrong, but I raised my voice anyway. Tuichi calmly soothed us.
Naoto's right. We have appearances to keep as well. I know it's rude to say, but your family is not a match for ours. What was that? But I do want to respect my daughter's wishes. So how about this? If you promise to have no further contact with Naoto, we'll pay you a monthly honorarium 1 million yen. What? 1 million a month?
Here is the contract. Note that if you contact Naoto after signing, the stated penalties will apply. We won't. I don't want to blow the million.
Do I sign here?
Wait, Azusa, you can't! Hey, you two, cut it out! I tried to stop them, but Dad pinned my arms. Mom finished signing, then deftly passed it to Dad. And in moments, both signatures were on it.
I confirm your signatures. With this, the contract is in effect. Yes. Time for our dream celeb life.
No way. I couldn't process what I was seeing. This makes me nothing but baggage.
Then here is the first 1 million yen. Surely it's a check? What is this? It's a loan payoff certificate?
Her words jump-started my brain. What does that mean?
Yes. Our investigation found Naoto had a 1 million yen loan, so we applied the first month to repay it.
Don't screw with us. That means we don't get a single yen this month.
That loan was taken out of your convenience, wasn't it? In effect, we're giving it to you. Besides, nowhere in the contract does it say cash in hand, does it? You should read before you sign. But the contract itself is genuine. I know very well how utterly you failed your role as parents.
Had her changed aura? My noisy parents gasped.
And child services doesn't function as it should. What a system. On top of that, even with such terrible parents, a child can't legally sever ties. So the only option is a private contract to sever them. From now on, never, ever contact Naoto again.
My parents stood up roughly, then left the room quickly. After all, they'd still get the million. My thoughts finally caught up, and I grasped this was real. Azusa.
Sorry to startle you, but it's okay now.
You want me to relax because of this? You're really paying 1 million yen a month? Aren't you? Why would you do that?
I'm sorry for pushing ahead without asking you, but even if you report them to the police, nothing will change. Because you're their son. They'd keep tormenting you always.
That's true, but you didn't have to get involved.
I did. I wanted to repay you.
Ugh.
That 30,000 yen you gave me, that was money you worked so hard to earn, wasn't it? Because of that money, I got home safely. And because of your words, I could open up to my family. If I hadn't met you, I wouldn't have gone home. Let alone told my family the truth. So I decided I'd help you sever ties with your parents properly.
That's right. Legally speaking, a contract is the quickest way to sever ties. Then I figured the minimum bait your parents would surely bite on was 1 million yen per month. So that's what we said. If 1 million a month frees our benefactor Naoto, that's honestly cheap for our family.
So, Azusa chose this method to grant my wish? Still, I couldn't help thinking. Couldn't you at least have consulted me first or told me?
When Azusa told me you've discovered the fraudulent card, the documents were still being drafted. We rushed them, and since my schedule was open this morning, I set this up. If you'd filed a police report first, that initial 1 million yen would inevitably have gone to them. That sum means nothing to us, but we had no desire to make them happy.
Wait, so they aren't getting the money?
In short, the contract is real, but the situation you're worried about won't happen.
What I'm worried about is having you pay them 1 million yen every month. He didn't deny it. In other words, they won't be getting 1 million each month?
You'll see soon enough. By the way, Naoto, if you like, why not stay at our place for a while? You're my daughter's benefactor, and this time we acted without telling you. Please let us make it up to you.
No way. After all you've done already, I can't impose any further.
That's a problem. It's admirable, but in that case...
So that means you don't want to come to our house, Naoto?
My precious daughter will cry. I can't force you if you hate it that much, but...
Okay. Then just one night. Only one. And so, I was semi-forcibly invited to stay at the Takamine home. What a pair. It was supposed to be one night. Before I knew it, 3 days had passed. They used every trick to keep me there. They were so determined that I realized it. Something's up.
Naoto, are you used to our home now?
Yeah, thanks to you. You really have a wonderful family.
Thank you. They're my pride and joy.
So, isn't it about time you told me? Why don't you want me to go out? I even get chauffeured to work. And now everyone bows to me there.
You're so stubborn. It's true I just want to be with you. Well, I think you'll understand soon enough. Look! Next in the news, in the case of the exposed serial fraud group, police have newly arrested Shiraishi Saburo and his wife Keiko as members.
What? There was no mistaking it. The suspects on the screen were undeniably my parents.
Actually, my brother's a lawyer partnered with a detective agency.
What?
That's how I really found your address. I tried on my own, but couldn't, so I asked my brother.
I thought she'd just track me down herself, since a detective agency could find me easily, but that was the truth. Of course, an ordinary girl with no connections would find it nearly impossible.
At that time, he also investigated your parents and their line of work. Besides finding they'd used your name, there were suspicious dealings clearly aimed at swindling money. So, after gathering evidence, he acted with the victims.
So that's why you didn't let me go home.
The press might have swarmed your place. We thought it was safer for you to stay with the Takamine family, where we could protect you.
Amazing. You planned that far ahead.
I guess I can push myself when it's for someone I love. Sorry I kept it from you. I knew you had a right to know, but we couldn't risk letting it leak.
I see. Thank you. I think you did the right thing.
Oh, that reminds me. Now that visits are possible, we're planning to see Keiko and discuss the contract.
Can I go too? I want to face them myself.
Of course.
A few days after their detention was decided, I went with Azusa to see my mother. I'd see my father next.
Huh. Why'd you come? You said never to see us again, yet you dragged Naoto here? We have news about the contract. The contract said we'd pay 1 million yen a month, But with your arrest, Takamine has no obligation to pay. What? It's written clearly. If either party commits a crime, the obligation is void. Where's that written? Here. You only saw the numbers and never read the rest, did you? And the only part voided is our payment. If you approach Naoto again, the penalties still apply. It's there, but this is fraud. Why am I arrested and not you? Listen, she's the real heartless fraudster.
Cut it out already. Will money make you happy? How much more would it have taken for that house to have warmth? Money won't make you happy. It wasn't money we needed. It was hearts that cared. If we had that, we'd have echoed each other's feelings, supporting each other even in poverty. But you let greed blind you. Fighting over my meager wages even turned into fraud. You once said you wished you hadn't given birth to me. Well, I wish I'd never been your son. I'll live with my new family. Don't ever interfere again. Let's go, Azusa. I took her hand, just as I did the day I saw my mother again.
Wait, Naoto, if you defend me, maybe I'll get leniency. Listen to me.
Her selfish screams still rang, but I no longer cared. I told my father the same. To live my own life, I turned my back to parents I'd never see again. Afterward, the entire fraud group was arrested. My parents got 5-year prison sentences. They were also sued by victims, each ordered to pay 20 million yen in damages.
5 years? Just for taking a little money? And damages too?
We can't pay 20 million. What are we supposed to do?
Also, Aoi helped demand payments of the wages they'd stolen from me. As a result, I recovered all the money they'd taken through settlement.
Feels nostalgic, doesn't it? So what did you want to tell me?
A month after the sentence, I met Azusa at the park where we first met. About your confession.
Forget it. Now that the payments are gone, you don't have to force yourself.
No, that's not it. Back then, I couldn't answer because of my parents. I was afraid you'd suffer for it. But now it's different. No, I've always felt this way. Azusa, please. Will you be my new family?
Gladly.
That's right. I gave her my last 30,000 yen when she was in trouble. Those days when I had no place and life was harsh. They led me here to a precious family. You might think it's fiction, a fairy tale, but...
Daddy, read us a book.
Alright, let's read this one today. Kindness never goes unrewarded. Once I longed for a happy family. Now I live surrounded by one. And every day is filled with happiness.
About the ring design we asked our friend to do, the deadline to decide is coming up soon. What should we do?
He's the reason I'm so miserable. And he's getting engaged? I'll never let him be the only one who gets to be happy. A reunion might sound like a wonderful thing, but of course, there are reunions you never wished for. Reuniting with a guy who hates my guts and sees me as an enemy is definitely one of those unwanted reunions for me. I'm surprised. I never expected to see you here. It's been since high school graduation, hasn't it? Have you been well? Did you really think you'd have an advantage just because your junior from high school happened to be the interviewer? Ha ha ha. That's right, I came in for a job interview today, looking to advance my career. But to my surprise, a junior from my high school days was sitting there as the interviewer. It's the complete opposite. I'll never forget the grudge I have against you. I'm not hiring you. Serves you right. My name is Rikuto Sakekawa. I'm 28 years old, a systems engineer, looking to take the next step in my career through a new job. I'd be happy to hear all about that some other time, but for now, could we please conduct a fair interview? Like hell I will. Everyone else might have been okay with it, but even back then, I was pissed off about what you did as captain. He was abandoning his role as an interviewer to unleash his intense anger on me over something that happened in our club 10 years ago. He was Guy Okadochi, a year my junior in the high school kendo club. Huh? What's with that defiant look? You want to get suspended from the tournament? When I was a senior in high school and the captain of the kendo club, I was at my wit's end with our advisor, Mr. Fujimura's tyranny. Blaming the club members for embezzling funds was just the beginning. If anyone showed the slightest sign of defiance, he'd put them through brutal hazing he called advanced training. It was a common occurrence. My juniors are suffering, and yet, is there nothing I can do? I was tormented by my frustration and helplessness. One day, after half the freshmen who had joined our club quit, Sir, please, not that. Shut up. Don't talk back to me. You want to get us disqualified from the tournament? Just shut your mouth and... Gah! Captain! I had finally punched him. There were many witnesses, so there was no denying it. Naturally, the kendo club was suspended from the tournament, and I was suspended from school. Because of this, Mr. Fujimura's routine misconduct came to light. He was suspended from his job, and the kendo club got a new instructor. Captain, we're so sorry. Because of us, your last tournament. It's fine. Luckily, I'm the only senior. When I thought about your futures, I just couldn't forgive that teacher. If you guys don't give up now, I'm sure you can aim for the nationals again next year, so keep fighting. Starting with Ichida, all my juniors understood and supported my actions. That's how much stress Mr. Fujimura had been causing for every single member of the kendo club. That was a scene from my high school days, but it seems this one guy felt differently. I'll never forgive you for making us miss the national tournament. After that, my junior, Guy Okadochi, just continued to hurl insults at me, and my important interview time was over just like that. In the end, I never got a call about the next round. Well, after an interview like that, I would have turned them down anyway. Later, I got a job at a different systems company. There, I steadily built my career. And I was even blessed with a wonderful encounter that would change my life.
Good morning, Chief Sakekawa.
Morning. How's your progress? I'll help in any way I can, so don't hesitate to ask for it.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you as my boss, Chief Sakekawa.
You're exaggerating. If someone's in trouble, I'll help them no matter the cost. That's all there is to it.
You say it so easily, but so few people in this world can actually do that. I'm so jealous of Nico Tozawa being loved by you, Chief Sakekawa.
Several years had passed since then. At the company I'd moved to, I was blessed with wonderful colleagues, both senior and junior. I advanced in my career and was promoted to chief. I was living a fulfilling life. What's more...
Oh, speak of the devil. Here comes Nico. Well then, I'll get out of your way.
Nico Tozawa watched the female employee run off with an amused smile.
Wow, Rikuto. Popular with the ladies as always, I see.
It's not like that. I was just checking if she needed any help.
I know, I'm just kidding. The way you naturally help people with things everyone else finds a pain, that's part of your charm, Rikuto.
This is Nico Tozawa. She's a year younger than me, and we've been dating for several years now. We're not living together yet, but we recently visited each other's parents and are now engaged. Is helping people really such a big deal? I've lived my whole life this way, so I don't really get it.
At this point, you might be an endangered species in Japan, Rikuto.
Endangered?
You're like a rare animal in a way.
So I'm like an okapi or something?
Exactly. So be extra careful of hunters trying to poach you.
Ooh. And so, thanks in part to Nico's presence in my life, every day was fulfilling, both at work and at home. But, as if by a cruel twist of fate, another unwelcome encounter was about to befall me. Huh? Senior? What are you doing here? Huh? Could it be? Guy? I didn't recognize him at first in his office building cleaner's uniform, but it was him, Guy Okadochi, my junior from the Kendo Club. And the man who had been my nightmare interviewer. So, you work at this company, Senior? Yeah, well, your company decided I wasn't needed. Anyway, what are you doing now, Guy? You're pretty childish yourself, Senior. Snitching to the company about the interview just because you got rejected? That's right. After the interview, I reported the details to his company, explaining how, despite our past connection, he refused to conduct a proper interview and just hurled insults at me. Thanks to you, I was removed from my interviewer duties and got demoted to a dead-end department. I was so frustrated that I started messing with some of the junior employees for fun, and they accused me of harassment. You. Of course they did. Why would you do something so stupid? My harsh tone didn't seem to get through to him at all. Guy just sighed heavily and threw his hands up. In the end, I was fired for misconduct, and I haven't been able to find a decent job since. This is all your fault. None of this would have happened if you hadn't shown up for that interview. Talk about misdirected anger. Putting high school aside, what happened during the interview and everything after was completely his own fault. Have you forgotten the spirit of Koken Chiai? The spirit of Kendo is to learn about your opponent by facing them with sincerity, to understand each other, and to rejoice in mutual growth, isn't it? Shut up. I'm not listening to a single word from a barbarian like you who raised a hand against a teacher. Forgetting he was on the clock, Guy started making a scene. I desperately tried to calm him down, and managed to get him back to work that day without things escalating further. There was no need to tell Nico about such an unfortunate reunion, so I kept to myself. Then, one day...
About the ring design we asked our friend to do, the deadline to decide is coming up soon. What should we do?
Is it that time already? You've been pretty indecisive, but what kind of engagement ring do you want, Nico?
Let's see.
As I was having a casual chat with Nico, who I'd run into in the office hallway, Guy was watching us. He's the reason I'm so miserable, and he's getting engaged? I'll never let him be the only one who gets to be happy. After that, Guy shifted his target from me to Nico. Guy, who came to the office every day for cleaning, started approaching Nico directly, behind my back.
Who are you?
I'm a junior of your fiancé, Rikuto Sakekawa, from high school. I'm telling you for your own good, you should call off the engagement.
Huh? What is this? Why are you suddenly saying...
Did you know he's the kind of guy who got suspended for punching our faculty advisor? Thanks to him, the Kendo Club was disqualified from the tournament. A captain losing his temper and crushing his juniors' dreams? Isn't that just awful?
I don't know about the past, but I trust Rikuto.
I get that it's hard to back out now, but are you sure you're okay being so blind? Huh. You should really reconsider marrying a guy who hits people. He'll probably resort to violence with you too if something happens.
That's enough.
Behind my back, Guy was desperately trying to make Nico change her mind.
Good morning, morning, Chief Sakekawa.
Morning. From the looks of it, you seem pretty stuck on your current task, don't you?
Huh? How can you tell? I really can't hide anything from you, Chief. Could you take a look at it later?
Of course. I'll make time whenever, so just let me know. Don't worry about the timing. Just like any other day, I greeted my junior employees in the morning and checked on their progress. Just then, Guy approached with a smirk on his face. Morning, Senior. Still as popular as ever. I'm so jealous. It must feel great, sitting in a position you got by kicking me down, huh? I've never once kicked you down, Guy. Can you stop with the misdirected resentment? Ha! How can you say that after snitching to my company? You've got some nerve. The employees here found out about our relationship and asked me a bunch of questions, so I made sure to answer them properly. I told them you have a hidden side, and you're the kind of guy who punches a teacher and gets suspended. Guy was deliberately speaking in a loud voice, trying to spread my past around the office. As I was wondering how to handle the situation, another junior, not Guy, showed up.
Morning, Rikuto. Oh, Guy, long time no see.
This was Ichito Okura, a key player in the kendo club who was a year below me. He and Guy were in the same grade. Huh? What are you doing here, Ichita?
Rikuto outsources some systems work to me. That's why I come here for meetings sometimes.
Ichida had the option to go to college on a kendo scholarship, but due to family circumstances, he needed to start earning money quickly and got a job right after high school. After I graduated from college and started working, I always kept an eye out for Ichida. What's that about? How can you be so friendly with a senior who punched our advisor and got us disqualified from the tournament?
So that loud shouting I heard all the way from the reception area was you, Guy. We all talked about that incident in our year, and everyone understood the situation, didn't they? Thanks to him, our team's bond actually grew stronger, and we made it to the Nationals the following year. What's your problem?
Guy seemed to recall that time and bit his lip hard. The next year was too late. I needed to go to the Nationals that year. I made a promise.
A promise? With who?
Come on, please. If you don't have anyone you like, just try dating me. I promise I'll make you happy.
You're so persistent. Fine, take me to the Kendo Nationals this year. If you do, I'll go out with you.
That was the truth about Guy that I never knew, and the reason why he alone had hated me for all this time. Hi. The girl I had a crush on for so long told me she'd go out with me if I made it to the Nationals.
You're still holding a grudge against him for such a personal reason?
Of course I am. He lost his temper, punched the teacher, and ruined my love life. And now he's acting like a good guy with a beautiful fiancée? There's no way I can forgive that.
If she didn't date you even after you went to the Nationals the next year, doesn't that mean she was just playing with you?
What?
Guy, Rikuto isn't short-tempered at all. He punched Mr. Fujimura out of necessity, thinking long-term for our sakes.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You know that Mr. Fujimura was embezzling club funds and hazing us behind the scenes, right? The truth is, that's not all. That man...
Ichida, you don't have to say it. I noticed Ichida's voice choked up, and his fists were trembling. I realized what he was about to say, and gently placed a hand on his shoulder to stop him. But...
Rikuto, no. I have to tell him. Please, let me say it. Guy, Mr. Fujimura would find a club member's weakness and threaten them with getting the team disqualified.
Huh?
I was his target. I'm from a single-parent home, and my mom barely worked, just occasionally at a snack bar. So I had no choice but to secretly work a part-time job, which was against school rules.
Unfortunately, Mr. Fujimura found out.
Ichida, you had a part-time job?
I have a much younger sister at home. I didn't have a choice. I was ready to drop out of school if it meant the Kendo Club wouldn't be disqualified because of me. But, to my surprise, Mr. Fujimura said he'd let it slide. But the condition was that I had to introduce him to my mother. It was humiliating, but I had no right to refuse.
What? So what happened to your mother, Ichida?
Mr. Fujimura started showing up at my mom's snack bar almost every night, doing whatever he wanted without paying. The cost of his drinks was deducted from my mom's small salary, making our financial situation even worse.
Yes, that was the truth I happened to stumble upon that day.
Sir, please, just stop this. My mother is at her limit.
Shut up. Don't talk back to me. Do you want to get us disqualified from the tournament? Just shut your mouth and... You... Do you think you can get away with this? You'll be suspended from the tournament. Bring it on. I will protect my juniors no matter what. Promise me you'll quit as our advisor. I don't care if I get suspended from school or disqualified from my last tournament. I'll pay any price to keep you from ruining my junior's future. I get it. I'll quit. Just spare me. Hey, so somebody, help me.
You probably didn't know, Guy, but there were many other members who were being blackmailed by him. But Rikuto sacrificed his own final chance to force that teacher to resign and saved all of us.
I had no idea something like that happened.
I immediately told my mother everything and apologized, but instead, she cried and apologized to me, saying she was sorry for not being a better mother. Since then, she's been working harder than ever. It's all thanks to Rikuto. So Guy, the one you should hate isn't Rikuto. If you're going to hate someone, hate me.
But then, Guy spotted Nico, who had rushed over after hearing the commotion, and his eyes widened. What do you mean he sacrificed himself for his juniors? No matter how you sugarcoat it, the fact remains that he punched a teacher. What do you think about that, his fiancée? Caught off guard, Niku looked bewildered for a moment, but she quickly glared back at Guy.
Raising your hand to someone is not something to be praised. That's a basic principle of being a decent human.
See? I knew it. I'll never accept him either.
Don't lump me in with you. I acknowledge that basic principle, and on top of that, I am proud of Rikuto.
Why?
Back then, did you have a different solution other than the difficult choice Rikuto had to make?
Well, no, but...
Ichika, if Rikuto hadn't driven out that teacher, what would have happened to the Kendo Club? I think the teacher would have become even more brazen, and there would have been a string of victims suffering even more than I did. If someone hadn't put a stop to it, the abuse would have continued endlessly for the younger generations, creating a vicious cycle. So, Rikuto really did save a lot of people. That's my man. To think I'd get to hear such a precious story about a time before I knew Rikuto? Thank you, Guy.
Seeing Guy fall silent, cornered by Ichida and Nico, Guy, no matter how much everyone else understood, you're right. I know my actions weren't praiseworthy. If what I did caused you to suffer all this time, then I'm sorry.
Rikuto.
Damn it. With that, Guy was grabbed by the scruff of his neck by Ichida and dragged away from the scene. Nico, thank you. I'm sorry for not telling you about that incident from my past.
Why are you apologizing? For you, it was just a normal thing to do to save your juniors, right?
I agonized over it a lot, but looking back, I think there might have been other ways to handle it.
Most people would act like they did a huge favor, or brag about it like a war story. But not you, Rikuto. Well, that's what I love about you. so I don't mind. Now, let's get back to work.
I felt so grateful to Nico once again, blessed with such a wonderful partner who made me feel as if she accepted every part of me. After that, Guy began training under Ichita, who still teaches at a kendo dojo for kids. According to Ichita, he's going to retrain Guy from scratch, as he's completely forgotten the spirit of Koken Chiai. Men, do, kote, men, do, kote, hiya. How much longer are we doing this?
Hey, Guy, louder.
Yeah, Guy, get it together.
I can only hope that through kendo, one of the most disciplined sports in the world, Guy will be able to get back on his feet. Around the same time, I heard a rumor that Mr. Fujimura had been arrested. Apparently, he had blackmailed a female student at the high school where he worked and ultimately assaulted her.
Damn it. If she had just quietly done as she was told, I would have overlooked everything.
Even after what happened over a decade ago, I guess he either never learned his lesson or just conveniently forgets anything that's inconvenient for him. By the time he finishes his sentence, he'll be past retirement age. The only saving grace is that he'll never be able to teach again.
Are we ready? And now it's time for the bride and groom to cut the cake.
At the signal from Ichita, our MC, Nico and I cut the cake with a special knife, fashioned from a bamboo sword. Only the kendo-related guests were amused. The other attendees were just confused and put off.
Next, the bride and groom will visit each table to light the central candle.
This, too, was a modified bamboo sword, with a tip that could be lit. The decorations, the events, everything was kendo-themed, and it was all at Nico's enthusiastic request. Aren't most people, with a few exceptions, just forcing a smile? Nico, are you really okay with a reception like this? I couldn't stand the atmosphere any longer, and whispered to Nico next to me. My face must have been bright red.
I want to get even a little closer to the spirit you forged through kendo, so this isn't nearly enough.
Nico said with a radiant smile, pulling my arm to lead me to the next table. Even when you act for someone else's sake, your feelings might not get through, leading to misunderstandings, and you can end up getting hurt yourself instead of helping. But I never want to turn a blind eye. It might just be my ego, but that's how I feel.